Macca's Guides.
Hey everyone, Macca here, and in today's video we are playing Subnautica. Some good news, this game is available in Xbox Game Pass and offers the 1000 gamer score, and this also works on the PlayStation and offers a platinum trophy, although you need to go ahead and buy the game in that case, unfortunately. Now, the video length will show us how long this completion will last. I have edited out some of the loading screens and whatnot, so you can expect to take about 40 to 50 minutes. Once you load up the game, feel free to go through some of the options, but in order to speed this up, we're just going to go to New Game and start on Freedom. Loading in this game takes a really long time, so after about 2 or 3 minutes, you should be able to skip the intro, and we're going to get right into it. Now, the method for this does involve admin commands as well as developer commands, so we're going to be taking advantage of those. Once we start up, what we want to do is pause the game and then press the left and right bumper at the same time in order to get a new option in the pause screen called Developer. Go into there, and then under Commands, you want to choose Explode Ship, No Cost, No Damage, Oxygen, Fast Build, Fast Hatch, Unlock Doors, and Infect 50. Then back up and go to Give in the developer menu. Give yourself the Habitat Builder, and then give yourself an Ion Crystal. Open up the menu again and give yourself a second Ion Crystal so that you have 2. Next, what we'll do is pause the game again and press LB, RB, and A at the same time very quickly, and if done correctly, you'll get a keyboard to come up, and here we can type in 3 codes. The first one will be all lowercase, unlock, all, and that has a space between the 2 words as shown on screen. Unlock all. We'll then do it again, pause the game, LB, RB, and A, all quickly at the same time, open up that keyboard, and all as one word, lowercase, we're going to type in fix leaks. And that'll be our second dev command. And then our third command, again, same menu, will be all lowercase, item, space, cute fish egg, as shown on screen. Do all 3 of these in order to get to the next step. Once those 3 dev commands are input, walk forward and interact with the fabricator on the right hand side. Inside of the fabricator, we will choose resources, then we'll choose the second option, advanced materials, and then we will make the last option, hatching enzymes. We'll need this for later in our playthrough. After this is created, what we can do is grab the next item. So go into deployables, and then what we want is to make the mobile vehicle bay. This will be another thing we'll need in just a minute here. Once the fabrication is complete, you'll automatically pick it up, and then what we can do is pause the game, go to Developer, go to Teleport, and we'll teleport to Rec 1. As soon as you spawn, just hit the right trigger, and this will deploy the mobile vehicle bay, and then what you can do is basically just swim up to the surface following it. Also, using all this teleportation and these dev commands can make the game run a little poorly, so keep that in mind. You might be getting some frame rate issues and the occasional glitch, but hopefully they don't get in the way too badly. Now, once you climb up to the top, get inside of the mobile vehicle bay by climbing the little ladder, and then once you hop on, we'll need to build some stuff. So interact with the screen, and this will bring you to a couple of menus. The first thing we'll do is go to Vehicles and build the Sea Moth. Once you select it, you'll see it spawn in front of you. Some vehicles take longer than others. The Sea Moth is pretty quick. Once it's ready, it'll drop into the water, and that means you're ready for the next one. Go to the vehicle bay again, and now select the second vehicle, which is the Cyclops.
Be advised, the Cyclops is designed to be operated by a 3-person crew. Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle solo. Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
With that done, you can go back into the menu and choose the third vehicle, which is the prawn suit. Now, there are achievements and trophies related to each of these vehicles. However, they will not unlock until the very end of this walkthrough once we are completely done. So you won't be getting anything to pop or show up on screen until the very end. Hop back onto the mobile vehicle bay and now choose the Neptune launch platform, which is the second option. This will take a while, but basically spawn a giant platform in front of you, and we can now go and swim up to it. On the left side will be where the controls are, so you can just swim straight there, or climb the ladder directly in front of you and then walk there when you're ready. Once the platform drops into the water, just go up to the controls and interact with them. Each time you interact with them, something will be built, and we need to build 4 unique things. This can take a few minutes, so basically just wait until stuff is built, and then just keep clicking the screen until you have built all 4 items. This is basically just building the rocket we'll use to escape at the very end of the walkthrough. Once the rocket is fully built, we can jump into the water behind us and swim down to the very bottom of the ocean floor. What you want to do is equip your habitat builder. If you see it in one of the icons at the bottom of the screen, you can select it by using right on the D-pad. However, if it doesn't show up there, you need to press back to go to your inventory and assign it to a quick slot. And then once you have it in the quick slot, just select it with right on the D-pad. This will bring out the habitat builder. And then just use the right trigger to actually use it, and this will bring up a menu of what you want to build. The first thing we want to build is in the second row, and it is the multi-purpose room. You may have to aim up and down a little bit for it to turn green so that you can properly build it. Now we need to get inside of this multi-purpose room, so we'll need a hatch. Use your multi-purpose tool again, click the right trigger, and the hatch is found on the last row. Attach the hatch to the multi-purpose room, and then go inside by interacting with the hatch. You should be able to get in very quickly. And once we're inside, we're going to use our habitat builder again. We're going to press the right trigger. We're going to tab over to the third tab and select the alien containment tank. Aim it at the ground until it turns green and then build it. Next, what we'll want to do is build a hatch on the alien containment tank. So tab over back to the first tab and put in a hatch. And now what you want to do is climb inside. Once inside, press back to open up your inventory, find the creature egg, and then drop it using the right trigger. Once you drop it, it will take a few seconds, but it will begin to hatch. Once the cuttlefish hatches from the egg, you'll want to interact with it using A in order to pick it up. So once it starts swimming around, pick it up and it'll go to your inventory. Now that it is in our inventory, what we can do is leave this tank and then leave the multi-purpose room. This will bring us back out into the actual ocean. And once we are in the ocean, press back to open up your inventory, select the cuttlefish, and then press the right trigger to drop it again. it'll start swimming around, and it's basically a friend with you. We have to dismiss it as a friend though, so select it, press the right trigger to say farewell. You'll get a small little kind of cutscene, and it will leave. This is for a specific achievement/trophy. Again, you want to keep in mind that everything will unlock at the end of this walkthrough though. We're now ready to start teleporting a little bit. Pause the game, go to developer, go to teleport, and what we want to do is teleport to base 1. Now, when you teleport in this game, stuff doesn't really spawn very often, so you'll find yourself kind of falling through the map with all of these weird textures. That's very normal. After you teleport once, just wait about 10 seconds, go to developer, and then teleport there again. So I'm going to teleport back to base 1 again, and now I actually spawned on top of where I was supposed to spawn on the land. Now, it might be really dark on your screen. If it's nighttime, that's normal. What you want to do is find your way to ground level, and then you want to find an open hatch, and you can jump inside of this small structure through that door, and you'll jump with the Y button. And as soon as you go inside, you'll start finding PDAs. We're looking for one very specific PDA found on the right-hand side through this door, and the name of it displayed on the left side of the screen is called Storm. You can keep exploring, but make sure you find the data download called Storm. You can then pause the game, go to developer, go to teleport, and go to base 2. The same thing will happen once you teleport here. Stuff won't really spawn for a while, so feel free to just wait and spawn in again, or continue waiting until everything works. And then what you can do is try to look around and see where everything is. You should be able to turn and locate a base. Inside of this base is our second PDA we'll need. So swim towards the base, look down and to the far side on the right-hand side. You'll notice that there is an opening to go inside. So go inside of here and then go to the left-hand side. It is a little bit hard to swim through these narrow hallways. And then take a right-hand turn and you'll notice a ladder. Go up this ladder, and then at the top of the ladder, turn around 180 degrees, and you will be able to locate another PDA. This is the specific one we need, and the name on screen displayed is Stalker Teeth. So make sure you get the Stalker Teeth data download as well. Now what we can do is pause the game, go to developer, go to teleport, and teleport to base 3, where yet again we'll get another PDA. Again, the stuff might not spawn around you, that's normal. Feel free to wait and then spawn in again, and it should start working. And once it starts working, you should locate a quite large base. It may be a little bit darker on your screen than it is on mine if it is the dead of night. You can continue waiting until it gets brighter, or just try to navigate your way through. Once the base spawns, you'll locate it right in front of you. What you want to do is swim to the back side of the base. And here you can locate a hatch that has been broken, and you should be able to swim in through this hatch. Directly in front of you will be an aquarium tank you'll probably donk your head on, and that's normal. But on the back side is a ladder. You'll want to swim down this ladder, and then you'll end up in an office room with a desk. On that desk is your third PDA. Make sure you grab it. This one is called Risk Taking and is required for the completion. You can now pause the game, go to developer, go to teleport, and the next area we'll be teleporting to is called Gun. As with all of our teleporting, you'll probably have to do this one twice. So you'll spawn, get dunked in some water, and then try it again after it loads above you. And you should be able to then teleport onto the proper piece of land we are supposed to be on. So if you do it properly, you'll land on this kind of beach with a door right in front of you and to your left. So walk forward, you'll need a key to open this door. So what we'll do is we will pause the game, go to developer, go to give, and then give ourselves the precursor keys. These are just keys that can unlock certain doors. With the tablets, you can now interact, place the precursor key. This will open up the door in front of you. And what we can do is just start walking forward to the back side of where we came in. You can click in the left stick in order to start sprinting. And if you sprint through to the very back, there is a panel that we can interact with. So interact with this panel and allow everything to happen that is supposed to happen as part of the sequence of the game. And we can then move on to the next achievement. Again, none of them are unlocking until the very end of the playthrough.
Unknown language. Attempting translation.
With the alien data downloaded off of the terminal, pause the game and go to teleport yet again through the developer menu. The next area we are going is a good chunk of the way down the list, and it is called Lost River Base. As with all of our teleports, this one might take 2 attempts, but shouldn't because you spawn in the proper area and don't move after spawning. However, it does take quite a long time for everything you need to happen to spawn, so just keep patient and feel free to travel here again if you need to, but you might need to wait up to 20 seconds for everything to spawn anyways. Once it all spawns in, you should be able to turn around and notice a quite large base with a very obvious door right in front of you. So we're going to go into this base through this door, and what we're trying to get to happen is a specific piece of dialogue, which will happen no matter what. So just go in through the door, and then continue forward and to the back side, and then look to the left. There will be a comment on the bottom of the screen about the walls being substantially reinforced, indicating designers were seeking either to keep something out or contain it within. Just keep waiting until this dialogue is completely done, and we can then fast travel to the next area. Go to developer, go to teleport, and under Lost River Base is our next option, and it is called the Lava Castle Base. This one can be a little bit tricky as it's not entirely known what will make the achievement pop, but it's not too bad. Basically just spawn in, you'll notice a base in front of you, and what everyone seems to recommend on TA for your best chance here is that you just basically swim around above the base for about 20 or 30 seconds, and you'll want to swim above it and kind of around it all over. And hopefully this will work. We won't really find out until the end of the playthrough, but luckily if it didn't work, fixing this problem only takes like a matter of seconds, so we can always try this later. After you're done swimming around for a bit, pause the game, go to developer, go to teleport, and we'll go to the next area. What we're looking for on the list is the aquarium. So load into the aquarium now, and what we can do is just wait a little bit until the game loads. Once it loads, there will be a large alien fish creature that spawns in front of you and will begin talking to you. You basically just have to wait until this finishes and they will swim away and we will be done with the aquarium. So as you see on screen, this fish is right to my right hand side, just waiting for everything to load. But you should be good when you notice that you have the effect on screen, and you'll notice the large kind of alien fish. It'll swim away, and we're ready to go.
They bored me. Now they're gone, and instead we have you. We are curious whether you swim with the current or fight against it, as they did.
Once it swims away, pause the game, open up the developer menu, go to teleport, and we will go to our next area, which is a fair bit down the list, and it is called the incubator. You should spawn in right in front of a couple of eggs, and if you back away from them a little bit and look at the foot of the platform, there is a small cube. We can interact with this cube here and put in the ion cube that we spawned earlier at the beginning of the playthrough here. At any point, if you do need to save and come back later, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it, by the way. But if you put the ion cube inside and then interact with the incubator hatching enzymes in the middle, the eggs will all start hatching. And once the eggs start hatching, what we can do is turn around and head up the ramp that will be behind us. At the top of the ramp is an arch as well as some sand. So we'll just wait here, and the kind of mother of these hatching eggs will come by, and they will move all of the sand out of the way here. So that's what we're going to wait for really quick. This section's not hard at all. It just takes a little longer than some of the other sections. Once all of that is cleared away, go forward and interact with the cube in front of you to place our second ion cube inside. Once we place our second ion cube inside, it'll open up a portal. Do not go through it. Instead, turn around, and you'll notice that all of the eggs that hatched will start flying towards you in order to try to go through that portal. And as they come towards you, one of them or multiple of them will drop these small orange blobs. And what we want to do is, as soon as one of these blobs spawns, just go up to it and interact with it. And that will start a little bit of a story section where it just tells you, you know, it kind of just... I honestly don't really know what happens in this game, to be honest, but it will... you'll interact with the cube and learn some stuff about some enzymes.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you. Their freedom is my end. What will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land. Or a creature so small, it sees the gaps between the grains of sand.
After you interact with the orange blob of enzyme, it will exhaust all of the dialogue. And what we can do now is pause the game, go to developer, and go to teleport. We'll need to go to somewhere near the bottom of the list. And we are looking for something called the gun terminal. So select the gun terminal. As with all of our teleports, this one does take 2 attempts, I believe, because if you don't, you'll spawn outside of where you're supposed to spawn. So the first kind of instance will spawn stuff, and the second instance will put you in the right spot. It is an indoor space, so you might come out of your scuba gear, but for me, I didn't end up coming out of my scuba gear because I teleported twice too quickly. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a difference. As long as you end up inside of the gun terminal after you spawn, you should be good to go. And once you're inside, what you want to do is just go towards the terminal right in front of you from where you spawned up the ramp. Interact with it. This will cause a short little 20-second interaction between you and the terminal. Allow this to exhaust, and we are on our way. Once the defenses go down and all the lights turn off, open the developer menu, go to teleport, and we're going to teleport to Rec 1, which is where we kind of started this walkthrough. And we are basically ready to take off at the end of the game. There are a few very important steps you want to take, though, before you do that. So what you'll do is you'll swim up back to the launch platform, and you'll interact with the elevator, and the elevator will bring you into the rocket itself. Once we're in the rocket, there are a few things we'll need to prep. Then we'll save the game and back out, and we'll do a whole bunch of things. I will rejoin you with commentary once we're inside the rocket. Once you enter the rocket, as soon as you enter, there are 3 things we need to interact with. Go to your left and interact with the auxiliary power unit. Flick that switch so that it's green. Then just continue along the hallway and interact with the communications array to turn that light green. And then just continue along this very small hallway to the opposite side and interact with the hydraulic systems. Turn that to green. And then what we can do is climb the ladder. Once you climb the ladder, what you want to do is eventually you will turn to your left and interact with the boot up the primary CPU. So this is going to turn on the computer. On the opposite side of the primary computer system, we can find the life support system, interact with that and turn it on. And then what you want to do is turn to your left and click in the right stick. This will take a screenshot. Once you take a screenshot, you can now interact with the time capsule. Go into the time capsule and we'll need to do 3 things. Put an item in, put a screenshot in, and put a message in. On the left-hand side, interact with that and put any item you want inside of the time capsule. It doesn't really matter what you use. Anything in your inventory will be helpful here. I'm just going to put in the tablet. Then, under the image, put in the screenshot we just took with the right stick. If you didn't take one, make sure you take one by backing out and coming back in. Make sure you select the actual screenshot and then back up. Put any message you want. I just put hi, and now I backed up, and the time capsule is ready because all 3 of the things are complete. We can now pause the game and press save. This will take a while, and it'll say saving game in the top left corner. This could take upwards of 30 seconds, and we will continue to wait until it stops saying saving game. We have to make sure it saves all the way through and that we don't accidentally corrupt any of the files by quitting out too early or just confusing the game by doing too many things at once. So we're going to wait until the game saves fully. With the game 100% fully saved in the top left corner, we can pause the game now and press quit. This will bring us to the splash screen, no pun intended, and we can press start in order to load back into the main menu, which will start loading some of our saves. This process could take between 2 and 3 minutes, so just keep patient. I'm going to edit it out for the purposes of this video though. As soon as you are able to, you will press play and then select your save, which is the one we just made. It says 2 hours and 2 minutes for me, but this isn't true. I don't know how the game calculates this time. This will throw you into a loading screen, which could take another 2 or 3 minutes, but about halfway through, achievements and trophies should start unlocking. And you'll unlock a lot of them all at once. You can double check, we should have 15 out of 17. There is a small chance you will have 14 out of 17, or if you're on PlayStation, there would be 18. And in that case, you may need to repeat a certain step. I will leave time links down below, but if you do need to repeat a step, it is quite easy. All you would do is teleport to wherever you need to teleport to, try to do that achievement again, come back to the rocket, and then save again, reload, relaunch, and you're good to go. It should unlock anything you may have accidentally missed. Once you do have 15 out of 17 though, with the time capsule ready, all you need to do is interact with the seat to launch the rocket. You'll get 1 achievement for beating the game and 1 achievement for doing the time capsule. You should now have 17 out of 17 for the full 1,000 or the platinum trophy. If you do have any problems, let me know in the comments down below. You can also talk with other people who may be encountering certain glitches and help each other. A lot of people message me instead of checking the comments when the comments very often have the solution you are looking for. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the video was helpful. Special thank you to everyone on Patreon for supporting the show. Shout out to Mr. Hippo 11, and hopefully I see you soon. Peace.